So Eat This Frog. Okay, this is a book I highly recommend. If you are, one that is a little bit unorganized or just procrastinate, this is really good for you if you're a procrastinator. Okay, so what does that mean? Eat this frog. So Eat this frog means basically we have, I don't even know where the terminology came from, honestly, but it basically means like we have several frogs we need to eat every day, kind of like Pac Man, right? We got to eat these frogs, right? And Eat This Frog is all about picking that biggest frog, the thing that is most difficult, the thing that you don't want to do the most, and doing that first, okay? Because when you do that, you get rid of that anxiety, you get rid of that hard part in your day right away, okay? And then you set yourself up for success later on throughout the day, okay? When you're avoiding that big thing or the thing that you feel like is going to be the most difficult. And here's the thing, a lot of times when we feel like something is going to be the most difficult, it might be the most difficult to start, but once we get in our flow, we understand that it's really not that bad, right? It's just that anxiety of getting started, right? And I think that's where a lot of people are in their fitness journeys. Like they have the anxiety about getting started, okay? And so they just don't do anything for like a week, and a week turns to a month, and a month turns to a year. And before they know it, they're 20, 25, 30 pounds overweight. And if they would have just took that action to get started, they would have realized they would have gotten a flow and they would have not gained that weight and been down weight, right? So Eat this frog means simply just get up in the morning and do that thing that you are going to have the most difficulty with um, first thing in the morning, right? So for me, for example, my frog is my Spanish. Okay, so like if you don't know me like personally, I was adopted at an early age. I knew Spanish when I came to the states. I don't know it like my Spanish is terrible now, right? Because I never used it. So I'm trying to relearn that. I have family in Colombia that I'm gonna go see. I see them like once every 6 months or so, and then I get to be in that culture and really get good at my Spanish. But like when I'm not in that culture, my Spanish sucks, right? Like I just lose it all, right? You don't lose it if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So basically, I work with a tutor 3 days a week, and then I self study every single day. Okay, every little day I just do a little bit, and that helps me progress further. Okay, but if I don't do it first thing in the morning, guys, it's one of those things I will just procrastinate and not do because I don't want to do it. Honestly, like it sucks not understanding everything, and it's hard work. Like I honestly like consider weight loss and learning a language almost hand in hand. Okay, because if you don't have the tools and knowledge and skills to be able to do either one, it's very hard. It's very frustrating. It takes compounding interest every single day of getting better at this skill, both of them, to be able to be what we would consider good. Okay. And in fitness, it's hard to be like, well, I'm good at fitness or I'm good at weight loss or I'm good. But this is actually a skill, guys. This is a skill that you're learning. And this is why you pay to be in this program. Okay. You didn't pay me to throw you a meal plan or to throw you a workout plan. Like you paid to learn these skills and get that result that you're after. Okay. And that's what you need to do. You need to make sure that you're picking up on these skills. Everything we're having you do on the spreadsheet is that skill that you need to get better at, okay? And when you do this for 6 months, when you do this for a year, that skill compounds on top of each other, and all of a sudden you're good at this, okay? And that whatever that looks like for you, being good at something, whether it's just tracking your food every day, whether it's working out every day, whether it's you dropped your weight and you got to your goal weight, like whatever being good at this is for you, that's what you need to find, okay? And so for you guys, I would highly recommend doing your spreadsheet first thing in the morning. I call that as part of your morning routine, and I do that every morning. And it's not hard for me because it's like it's just always there, right? It literally takes me like 2 or 3 minutes to fill out my spreadsheet in the morning. Some of you guys aren't filling out your spreadsheet, and that's killing you. And then you're wondering why you're not getting the results. Okay, if you fill out the spreadsheet and you're honest about it and you actually do it, like I guarantee you're going to get the results. So if you're struggling and you're not filling out your spreadsheet, or you're trying to do it all at the end of the week or something like that, not doing it how we tell you to do it, then yes, you're going to struggle. Okay, and that's your frog. You need to eat that frog first thing in the morning. So you need to get up, fill out your spreadsheet. So first thing is filling out your MyFitnessPal at night, right? That should be your evening routine. We have morning routines, we have evening routines, okay? Even if you don't realize it, you already do both, but you need to implement some things to change the evening and morning routines to have success later on, right? So your evening routine should be you're filling out your MyFitnessPal and having some forethought ahead of time, okay? Think about your day. Plan your tomorrow today. That's what all successful people do, guys. It's not just the fitness space, right? Successful businesses, successful parents, like these people all plan their tomorrow today, okay? So the first thing you're doing is filling out that MyFitnessPal at night, okay? If it doesn't roll out perfect, that's okay. At least you have an idea. When you get up in the morning, you're filling out that spreadsheet, right? So that's your big frog. You're eating that frog. First thing, you're getting it out of the way. Now, does shit come up? Yeah. Is everything going to be perfect? No. But when you have an idea of where you're going to be, you're way more likely to succeed with that plan, to follow through on that same plan that you already had, than as opposed to just trying to wing it and figure it out on the go. Okay? That's the first step to failure. That's why everybody's obese, right? Because they just don't care to think. They want to be lazy. They don't want to plan ahead, right? It's not that they don't know what to eat or what's healthy or whatever. It's that they're not putting the forethought ahead, okay? So eat that frog, whatever that even, and maybe like for you, it's other things too. And that's why I'm so like, guys, you got to have your morning routine. You got to do this stuff every single day. If you don't have a morning routine, it's because you're choosing not to get up earlier. Okay, I literally think that 98% of your problems can be solved by getting up earlier. Okay, if you want to argue with that with me, we can. Okay, there might be some things that are just completely out of control, but most things are within your control, or you're able to deal with them better when you have a little bit of pre-thought, um, a little bit of instead of reaction, you have a little bit of proactiveness, right? So get up earlier if you're not getting up. Go to bed earlier if you're not going to bed on time. Keep plugging along. It will get on track, but you can't do 1 or 2 weeks in the program and think it doesn't work, or whatever. I wasn't ready for, like, you're never gonna be ready. Like, I've heard that I wasn't ready for this, or something happened in my life where like, this is why you're where you're at, because the things come up or you like put yourself in a bad spot mentally and you can't get past that. So why do you think, if you're not doing it now, that in the future you're gonna automatically gonna do it? Especially if you're on a roll already and something came up and you're like, oh, I'm in my head now. Like, get out of your own head. Keep plugging along, because in a week from now it's gonna be way different. Like, people don't understand that. They have these little freak out moments and they go, oh, my life's gonna be crazy. No, it's not. Everything's gonna be the same except for like one thing, right? Get over that one thing, figure it out. It might take you a week, it might take you 2 weeks, and get back on your stuff, right? Because people don't realize, like, so much changes in such a little amount of time. So, like, if something drastic happened in the last week, in 2 weeks from now, that'll be an afterthought and it won't even be a big deal. But people can't think that far ahead, okay? I need you to think further ahead into the future, guys. You gotta think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, 12 months from today. Where are you gonna be? How are you gonna show up? Who are you gonna be as a person 12 months from now? Because I can tell you from experience, myself and those around me in close proximity of me will not be anything like they were a year ago. You should be embarrassed by who you were a year ago. And I don't mean to say that in a negative aspect, like that sounds kind of negative. Like, oh, I don't want to be embarrassed of who I was, but like, it's a positive thing. It's like, wow, this is how much growth I had in just that year. Okay? And you should always be thinking about that. In a year from now, I want to be a completely different person. Like, shout out to Lucas Schroeder, told me the other day, man, people are like, I'm unrecognizable. Yeah, you are, bro. And that's a good thing. When people tell you you're unrecognizable, they're basically telling you, like, how'd you do it? How did you do that? And it's not just the physical, because yes, that's the first thing they see, but they mean you're unrecognizable up here because you stopped drinking with them, you quit smoking with them, you quit being negative, you quit doing all these things that they are associated with, that they're like, well, why aren't you like us anymore? Because you elevated yourself. You're now a high performer, right? If you do this program to the right way, guys, my goal is to have everybody in this group be a high level performer. be a one percenter. Okay, it doesn't mean 1% in your income. It means 1% in your, like, if you're tracking your food, you're already in the 1%, guys. If you track your food and you do it the right way, you weigh and measure, like, you're 1%. Nobody fucking does that, right? So I have the audacity to create this group and this business going, everybody in my group is they're gonna fucking do this shit. They're gonna do what nobody else will do. I have that audacity in my mind to know that that's what I want out of all of my students, all my clients. All of you guys are gonna do that. If you don't do that, you're not gonna get the results and you're not gonna be in this group. Okay? So that's the level of thinking you have to think. And you have to think that about yourself. Like, I'm a high level performer because I do this stuff that nobody else wants to do. That's what makes high level performance. Okay? It's not inheritance, it's not genetics, it's nothing, none of this stuff. It's that they're willing to do the work and the stuff that sucks every single day that not everybody else is willing to do. And you can elevate yourself to that level, there's no turning around. Like, you'll just be on a completely different level. And then you find other high level individuals that are on that same token, and you guys get together, and that's where the magic happens. When you elevate yourself and you surround yourself with elevated people, your opportunities are endless. You have more options, you have more things going good for you every single day than you could have ever thought 4 or 5 years ago would happen to you, right? To be in a position where you can look back and go, how did I even get here? This is crazy. That's when you're a high level performer. So, and that's what I want for all of you guys. Am I ever gonna have 100% success rate? No, I know I won't. But like, the more I can pour into you guys, and the more I can get my coaches to pour into you, and the more that you believe in yourself, that you're a high level, you will become high level, and then we'll all be surrounded by high level individuals. I know this because I'm in other groups that I only surround myself with high level individuals, guys. That's the only people I want to mess with. The ones that I want to personally grow day after day and stack that on top of each other. Okay? If you don't feel like you're there yet, that's cool. You don't have to be, but work to get there. Okay? Hope that motivated the fuck out of you guys. Sorry for my cursing. I'm motivated right now. I love you guys. I want to surround myself with the best people all the time. Have a good rest of your week. Let's fucking crush it. Hashtag live if you're watching this live. Hashtag replay if you watch it after the fact. Heart it, love it. Hit me up, guys.